is 6 AM on the Sunday, ready for the Granfondo road ride. Motivation is definitely there. I think it's just going to take a bit of time to get going this morning. I'm just having a bit of a foam roll. People are arriving. My right knee is a little bit sore, I think, just from the level of activity yesterday, to be honest. So I'm just making sure everything's warmed up around it. Fueling sorted, had my breakfast an hour and a half ago. And yeah, I'm not feeling too bad. But like I say, I think I'm just going to need... There's no coffee at the start, so I'm on sipping a can of Coke with caffeine in the morning. Not my preferred option. So yeah, keep posted, see how we go. So this is really where we should be panning out to some Insta360 footage, but do you remember me saying in the last video that guy was an absolute legend for pouring water over us? Yeah, turns out I have no videos of the road race, so has been a little bit of a while trying to piece this one together, but I will do my best with what I've got on my phone. And this now is joining halfway through the race at 45 miles, I think. So at this point, we'd done the first 3 climbs. First climb, warmed up, took it steady, rode my own pace, got in a good position in the group, but the descent off the back was horrendous. Like, the road surface was really bad. Couldn't see round the corners. Again, this comes preparation, but to try and plan for 3 races was quite difficult. And only had a road map, hadn't reconned the course. And this probably was the most relevant part here when I just got overtaken by about 50 riders. But after the second climb, the roads were much better. It was even evident on the second climb. Knew the second descent then was going to have a slightly better surface. We could see in front of us, and I had to flick the switch in my head and say, right, no more brakes. I was going to say pussy levers then, but that's an inside joke. But off the brakes a little bit. Quick update. I fucked up. I stopped for water, which I had to do. There was like a 6-mile rolling road, so lost loads of speed for the group. Now he's less than a minute ahead of me at the start of the Col de Moses, which is the 20k climb. So just going to chip away, still holding 4.5 up a kilo, so aim is to keep going. Just to give a little bit more context on this section, was I stopped at what I thought was the bottom of the climb of the Col de Moses, but it actually wasn't. It was like the road map was quite confusing, so it was a couple of spikes of a rolling road before the climb. So I stopped, which I needed to do, and it was a wise decision, but I lost the speed from being in a group to then riding on my own. But actually the most pleasing part of the day was that I caught the group and I could see them, and I was making a time on the flat section where normally I wouldn't back myself to do that. So I was very pleased, regrouped and got back on the climb. Absolute ball ache, but it took me 8.5 miles, but exactly where I was before the water stopped. Bad news is I've nearly done all the water. Need it today. So after this point in the race, I just got my head down. I'd really found my tempo. on the climbs. Just legs were feeling really good, warmed up into it, wasn't expecting to feel like this. And I was dealing with the heat, nutrition was good, and I was really, really pleased. And there was 2 long climbs coming up, and I thought, in all fairness, they were recording on the Insta, so it does now shoot to the finish line, but I had some dance music on, playing from my phone on the last 2 climbs, and that really motivated me to finish. And yeah, just very, very good sensations overall for the day. So I'll just pan to the end now before quick debrief. What an unbelievable day. Finishing time around 5 hours 15, and very, very happy. Finished 5th in my category, so qualification for the World Champs. Just had a nice interview with the media team here because I did all 3 events this weekend. I don't know whether I was stupid or not, but weirdly I felt really good today in comparison to like being probably fresh on Friday. I don't know what it is. Got really good endurance in those middle zones, but the sort of the threshold zone I'm really struggling in, and I suppose it is what it is. And yeah, I don't know if it's like the way I'm training or getting older, don't know, but I suppose need to now learn to adapt and maybe play to my strengths. And actually rode the first climb the same as I rode the last climb, so pacing wise I was really, really pleased today, because it goes back to the way that I've been sort of mentored and trained with the High North. Pacing strategy for hill climbs is, you know, making it as linear as possible, and I feel like I succeeded today, but I just haven't been able to do that in the hill climbs. So yeah, I'm learning, but maybe things are changing a little bit. Just going to give a quick update on the power numbers for the day, with the normalised power of 221 watts and an average power of 198 at race weight on the Friday before I left for the hill climb was 55.5. I wouldn't like to say how much I was on the Sunday morning, bearing in mind intake of a load of carbs on the Saturday, but also something crazy like 5,000 calories burnt. So I don't know where I was, but roughly around 55.5 kilos. Another key element of the day was the bike choice, which was my Enve Melee, set up by VeloEdge with reserve wheels, 34, 37. Find these wheels super quick, like super responsive on all terrain, handle really well. The bike is a 47cm frame, and gearing choice was 54 40 tooth on the front and a 34 tooth on the back. So I do apologise for the delay in getting this video out. I would probably like to point out we have been a little bit busy with guests in the chalet that left last week, but also we did get married, which is definitely worth a bit of time off. But we're sort of back to it now, and back to a bit of normality with life in Morzine. But please do stick around, because we've started the series for British Hill Climb season, the preparation for British Hill Climb season, testing, training sessions, the full calendar in build-up to Bank Road on October the 26th, which I'm sure I will see some of you or many of you there competing for the British title. So please do stick around. And unfortunately, with these, I won't be attending World Championships, but instead you will find me on a very short, sharp hill climb, probably in Clitheroe or Huddersfield. Easy choice. See you in the next video. Cheers.